Vamos a ver el nuevo gameplay de Hogwarts Legacy. Vale, esto empieza igual que en el anterior gameplay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay Showcase. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and I'm honored to introduce you to our panel today. First up, we have community guest host, Ben Snow.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Thank you so much for having me.
Today we'll be giving you a taste of the open world via broom flight, a deeper look at combat using the Dark Arts Battle
vamos
Arena,
a volar con la escoba,
and
gente.
a look at your personalizable home within Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement. We're starting right where we left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside Hogwarts, which I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world. And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Dios, pero qué bonito, ¿no? ¿Cómo se ve? ¿Pero habéis visto eso? Es que todavía no me entra en la cabeza que todo lo que vemos en el juego podemos ir ahí. O sea, todo esto podemos ir allí y estar ahí, increíble.
I'm a big fan of just being able to hop on the broom and go anywhere open to you, and just I love the proximity that I can get to things. I love flying close to the ground, and I
Dios, qué
I
locura.
kind of wanted to talk about it just because I feel like the brooms are fun for me, not just because of all those feelings of exhilaration, but because
¿cómo
they're
se
not
ve?
just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like
Qué
some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right there's a meter there, and occasionally as Andrew's kind of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out, we're not at the 3000 yet, we're at the 11.
Es muy bonito, ¿eh?
By the way,
Es una locura.
The broom, is that like the only one, or can you like operate
Dios,
the broom?
¿es que habéis visto eso?
Yeah, so we have a shop in Hogsmeade, actually a broom shop. And so that sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could
Dios.
customize themselves based on
Qué
their own
bonito.
aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you
Y el manejo
talk to
de
the
la
shopkeep
escoba es
and help him
espectacular,
out,
¿eh?
he'll actually sell upgrades.
So that where normally the broom, you can only fly, and so those up.
Vale. O sea que si vamos cerca del suelo, a la velocidad máxima, pues la barra no irá disminuyendo, pero si nos elevamos mucho, sí.
Will escape. Sometimes those characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different magical
tomarte una
resources that are
cervecita y
valuable
todo.
to you.
No,
as you're
pa' móvil
playing the
no,
game.
pa' móvil
So
no.
each one has kind of like a way
De
to connect to
momento,
our gameplay
no.
loops and
We're gonna hop on our Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, there just
What?
like pops out of the...
¿Cómo? ¿Se lo ha
the
sacado
bag.
del
Oh, wait,
bolsillo?
you can use it as a horsey? I mean, a horse. I mean, that is a horse.
Dios.
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a ground mount, and you can lift off into the air. And we tried to make sure that each of those interactions, so the broom's really good at reaching that top speed, at kind of traveling the world as quickly as possible.
Qué locura,
But sometimes it's
qué
really
bonito,
nice to get.
espectacular, ¿eh?
It really is kind of like I don't know. It's a great feeling being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly, and just being able to go wherever you want. And we tried to make sure that each one of these things that you can interact with have a unique identity and a reason for being.
Ya, es que da la sensación de que ya el mero hecho de ir explorando todo el mapa, ahí ya puedes estar horas y horas. Y ya no solo el mapa, luego el castillo, que el castillo también, como vimos en el anterior gameplay que sacaron hace un mes, también es inmenso.
And oh my god, like I see like different like areas, like a
Ya ves,
swampy area.
esta es una
But,
área
like,
un poco
can
más
you go to
tenebre.
like entire map anywhere you go? There are regions that are like locked from you?
Yeah,
or,
as soon as there's kind of a moment where the world kind of opens up to you outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want. And so you might find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned, the swamp.
I love this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want to.
This is so beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Qué
This is so
bonito.
pretty. Like, it looks so realistic.
Es que es una barbaridad.
It changes the landscape like completely.
Es una
Oh my god.
barbaridad.
Does it have like actual like gameplay impact? Like impact on the gameplay? Or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Buena pregunta.
Yeah, we really use it as a narrative marker through the game. So as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important for us to kind of like have those moments that kind of felt like when you're reading the books or watching the movies where, you'll see kind of like the title card, winter, and now the landscape has changed and you're really feeling that passage of time while you're a student, going through your year at Hogwarts. And I think we wanted to duplicate that. And for me, it's really fun that it's not just on the outside, which I agree, I think it looks really beautiful.
Que el cambio del tiempo y demás también lo vamos a ir notando en la historia principal, ¿vale? Que eso también sirve un poco para ir delimitando estaciones y demás. Eso también, puntazo, la verdad. Si lo han llevado a cabo bien, puede estar muy, muy guay.
Like we have a day-night cycle, and that day-night cycle, even though similarly, like it's largely about vibe, when you go into Hogsmeade in the evening, there's less characters there. Around the school, you'll notice it kind of dies down and quiets down just when there's just candlelight and students kind of like as you're walking through the halls. But in that day-night cycle is where we've kind of placed a few items where, whether or not you can collect them or whether or not you can interact with them that are a little bit restricted by the day-night cycle.
Simplemente el hecho de que del ciclo de noche y día también va a interferir, por así decirlo, en las cosas que podemos y no podemos hacer. O sea que me está recordando mucho al Red Dead Redemption 2. Y diréis, no tiene nada que ver. Y lo sé, no tiene nada que ver. Pero todos estos detallitos del día y noche, de distintas estaciones y demás, es que le dan su magia, por así decirlo. Y si os habéis dado cuenta, que no han comentado nada en el gameplay, porque supongo que pues, no lo querrán desvelar todo, había estos globos. ¿Los veis aquí? Que entiendo yo que pues, con la escoba o con el hipogrifo podrás pasar por ahí y pues te darán alguna especie de recompensa. Pero son pequeños detallitos que si no te das cuenta pues pasan desapercibidos. Y como estos detalles habrá 1000. O sea, no me cabe duda.
Andrew's flying up here really high up on the hippogriff.
Eso.
And we're just looking at this view of Hogwarts in the distance. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's part of what I love most about flying around in this game, whether it's on a hippogriff or on the broom.
No, I mean, you talk about going anywhere and things that you can see in the distance, and that's one of my... I still can't get over...
Literal es lo que he dicho nada más empezar a ver este gameplay. Que todo lo que veas puedes ir.
Like, no matter... I played this so much, but I still can't get over the fact that I can see Hogwarts out there, and there's just something beautiful about knowing that all of the things inside of it, the classrooms, the students, the professors, all the places I can go, I can just fly my hippogriff, land in the courtyard, enter the front doors, and just walk, to the library, to class, or to the greenhouse, or to my common room, that it's all contiguous and just kind of like one space.
¿Habéis visto eso?
In the courtyard,
¿Habéis visto aquí que parece como que aparecen lobos?
To the library, to class,
¿Parecían
to the
lobos?
greenhouse.
A ver. Esto, sí, ¿no? Parecen lobos. Y si os dais cuenta, cuando nos acercamos, sale una exclamación en rojo, o sea, como peligro. ¿Ves? Aquí te están detectando cuando sale esto. Y cuando te han detectado, pues ya, ¿veis? Se pone en rojo. Bueno, ya sabemos una especie de enemigos que vamos a tener por ahí.
I think this is a great opportunity to switch over to combat. And last time we gave you
pasamos
kind of
ahora
an intro
a la
to
sección
combat.
de
This time we're
combate.
going to really go a lot more of a deep dive on using the Dark Arts
Vimos
Battle
un
Arena, which is
poquito
part
en
of
el
our
anterior
deluxe edition.
gameplay, pero vamos a entrar
All
más
right,
en
Andrew's
detalle
got us
ahora.
in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark
Qué
Arts
mal
Battle
rollo,
Arena is, which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. And here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is part of that Dark Arts pack from the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. So we're going full Dark Arts here.
Es que te puedes sacar a muchos bichos del bolsillo, ¿eh?
Abilities for you and allows you to really play around with combat in a deep way.
And is this like the only arena like this in the game where you can like practice?
Yeah, so in the base game we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access to those. And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves, in order to earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection.
Creo que esta arena, la que estamos viendo ahora mismo, creo que viene en las ediciones deluxe y demás, pero en el estándar no. Pero si lo quieres, obviamente lo puedes comprar, ¿vale?
And again,
Vale, empieza la arena, ¿eh? A ver, tengo mucha curiosidad por esto.
So I think we're going to jump in here. Andrew's going to start battling, and
Vale,
we're
esos
start talking
cubos rojos
about
obviamente van a
everything you're seeing
explotar.
on the screen.
All right.
Toma.
They just about the cadavers right away. Oh my god.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god. Is
Para tope, ¿eh?
was that Kujio? Oh my god. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Yeah, a little
kind of
cooldown.
build up as a way to kind of deal with its extreme power, just so that it's still fun to use. And then there's some ways that we'll probably talk about to adjust that. That is your ancient magic meter.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
That is, yeah. So as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of mystery and your own abilities, you start unlocking new powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the R1 button appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
Uno de estos hechizos, por ejemplo, es el que tiene este de aquí. Este hechizo, por lo que parece, es que convierte a los enemigos en tus aliados, ¿veis? Porque de hecho, este no le está disparando ni nada. Ojo, aquí se pone más complicado, el asunto. A ese lo he reventado. Dios, los contraataques me flipan. Cómo te defiendes y sale el escudito ahí y demás alrededor es una locura.
Huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of
Qué guapo, tío.
change the way you play. And I think Mackenzie knows
Lo
a
ha
lot
convertido en
about
una
what's going
gallina.
on with the plants and
Yeah.
potions.
Lo ha
And so-
convertido en una gallina, chicos. ¿Lo habéis visto?
Bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And
Atentos.
I think Mackenzie
Qué locura, de verdad.
That reduces the
Ostras.
incoming damage that you're receiving. So against
Este
big
troll va a
enemies,
estar
hard-hitting
interesante,
enemies
¿eh?
like trolls, that's super
También hay
helpful.
trolls, chaval.
Oh my god, he's just destroying. The troll just collapsed.
Escuchadme. Miradle la skin que tiene ahora nuestro personaje. Es como de piedra, ¿no? ¿Cómo? Chicos, es que aquí tiene que haber tantas cosas. Espectacular. Menudo juegazo se viene, chicos, de verdad.
And then we have the
Toma.
focus potion. So when Alan talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will increase how quickly your cooldowns regain.
Vale, y
There's just so
obviamente
much, like,
tienes pociones durante el combate para, pues eso, mejorarte y atacar más rápido o que el cooldown vaya más rápido. Muy guay.
Versatility, like in what
Toma.
the character is doing to the troll right now. Like he's just bouncing around the arena. He's like not.
Es
and
que
the
ese
troll
hechizo
makes
se
him
los
move
carga a
around
todos.
too, like-
Es que además, si os dais cuenta, aquí abajo a la derecha, estos hechizos van variando cada vez que puedes ir cambiando tu estilo de juego y demás, y eso mola mucho, la verdad.
requirement, which is
Vale, vamos a la
your
sala de
home
los
within Hogwarts, a
menesteres.
personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to brew things and grow things, and also care for some beasts.
Cuidar
Right,
animales.
Andrew's got us in the room of requirement, wearing. We kind of went.
Like your reflection as a wizard. So you can change the architecture in here.
What?
¿Cómo?
Different themes throughout, starkly different themes, to really just hammer home that this is yours. You
Oh
can
my
change-
god! What?
¡Lol!
This is beautiful.
That's the thing is, not only can you change the architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that really flesh out the space.
Qué
and
guay,
bring
esto
it.
parece los Sims, tío. Que puedes ir construyendo aquí todo el cuarto, la habitación, cambiar la arquitectura. Increíble.
And the conjuration recipes can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade. But also, as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded with different objects.
Es que hay
So
muchísima
cool. You change
customización, ¿eh?
color.
with
Yeah.
the immersive design of personalizing
Oh
the
my
space.
god! Like, and I love the animation, how it like
Sí.
appears. You
Eso
know,
es
like
verdad.
it's not just like there. It's like
La animación es súper satisfactoria, ¿eh? De cómo aparece, cómo desaparece.
Doing these like kind of nurturing based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified, and gear to have like rates put on it, which I believe Alan can.
Es que lo puedes personalizar todo, ¿eh?
Essentially, we just know that clothes and different items in the wizarding world can have different magical properties. And as you explore and as you adventure and as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities.
Vale.
And that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so,
There's a huge list.
and
Sí,
not all
es
the
una
time,
lista bastante grande.
whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does. And so there is a station inside of the room of requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Yeah, and so you can see here we have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a Kneasel conjure things in this space as well.
The house,
Madre
the cottage.
mía.
Yeah, right. And so
Pero
we
que hay
have
un
like a lot of
montón,
little
¿eh?
ornaments, and you'll see here, yeah.
¿Esto
So
qué
you
es? ¿Un
can,
Nintendogs
there's a bunch of toys in
en
it.
el mundo de
and
Harry
each beast
Potter?
has their own, or the Kneasel is like a little cat, really likes to kiss the yarn ball as well.
Right.
And they're super
wow.
cute.
Oh my God.
Pero tío, cuántos detalles hay.
And the big thing we really wanted to hammer home is that the
¿Cómo
world
corre
is a dangerous
el
place.
animal
And so
ese?
by going and rescuing these beasts and bringing them back here and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who want to
Vale.
who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
Vale, que nosotros en lugar de cazarlos, lo que hacemos es darle un hogar. Vale, me gusta, me gusta. Me pregunto cuál será el límite para tener de animales aquí. En plan, 300.
And
Vamos.
caring for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well. So as you
Dios.
progress through the story, you will unlock more of Vivarium. So as you can see, this one's
Es que hay
quite
tanta
meadow-themed,
personalización.
big, open, bright. But there's other ones.
From one entrance.
Es que literalmente tu vida social se puede acabar con este juego. Es que muy fácilmente.
Care that I think is great. Tying back to this same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world. In the same way, like Beast Care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and
Hola.
integration to
Qué guapo.
Yeah, everything
Everything.
connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand this space.
Mucho vicio, Sí, sí.
As you earn
Aquí sí que va a haber
resources,
vicio,
you'll go into
chavales.
Hogsmeade and use them
Vaya
to unlock. It's in those different environments, like the
Estatuas y
different
todo.
combat and conflicts
Dios.
and bandit camps and different
Cuando
things
las
like
hace
that that
enormes,
exist in the
flipas,
overland.
¿eh?
Those forgeables are used for recipes. So really, everything's like a cycle
Todo,
and
todo.
keeps you coming
Es que
back.
es todo.
But even with
Todo
the
lo puedes
story that's
cambiar.
being told too, I think
Qué
people know
barbaridad.
who Poppy is, and thank you
Joder.
so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Hogwarts Legacy is available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with
El 10 de
72-hour
febrero.
early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital
Y si
Deluxe
tienes la edición coleccionista esta y deluxe digital, pues puedes acceder 2 o 3 días antes.
edition. We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you. Bye.
¿Una sorpresa? Vale, un libro. Vale. Uy, bo. ¿Eso qué quiere decir, chicos?